Okay, so the following is question 9, and it goes, a survey of 80 students. Now 80 students is basically, the number of students is the frequency, okay? So the frequency is number of students, so it's going to be 8 plus 12 plus 20 plus 24 plus 16, and basically all of that adds up to 80, okay? So you know automatically this adds up to 80. Now, taking the mid-interval values, show the mean amount of spent per student was €22.80. What we do is we get the middle of each interval. The middle of this one should be 4. The middle of this one is going to be 12. Remember, add the lowest one to the highest one and then divide by 2. That's how you find out what it is. The next one is 16 plus 24, which is 40. 40 divided by 2, 20. The one after that is 24 plus 32, which is 56. Divided by 2 is 28. The next one is 32 plus 40, 72. 72 divided by 2 is 36. Okay? Now, taking the mid-interval values, calculate the total amounts. Okay? So this basically means we're taking an estimate that 8 students have €4, 12 students have €12, 20 students have 20, 24 students have €28. So we have to find out the total amount of money. Okay? So total amount of money is equal to all of them multiplied by each other. So 4 by 8 is 32, 12 by 12, 144, 20 by 20, 400, 24 by 28, I am too sure, 672, and 16 by 36, 576. Okay, that's the total amount, and when you add them all together, 1824, yeah? Okay, so that's how much money we have in total. Now, the average is how many, average is total amount of money divided by total number of students. Okay, and what we get here is total number of students is going to be 80, so divided by 80, and what do we get? 22.80. Okay, so now we know that this is the amount we have. Okay. The next question is asking is a continuous variable or discrete variable. Now we're going to go with continuous because it's on a scale, so it can be anywhere from 0 to €8. Okay, so for all we know, it could be €1.24. They might round off to €1. So the amount of money you have, sometimes it can be discrete, as in you have €1, no more, no less. But it's on a scale. Okay, so we're going to go for. In this question, it's continuous because you don't know how much you have from 8 to 12, okay? So it's continuous. Okay, next question is number 10. And number 10 is the following. A department store carried out a survey on the length of time a number of people spent shopping in their store. The table shows the length of time spent shopping in 10-minute intervals. Note 0 to 10 means 0, but it doesn't include 10. So 0, anything under 10 minutes. If the average number of shoppers for the first, second, third intervals was 30, calculate the value of X. This means the average of this one, and this one has to be 30. So that means it's going to be 3 intervals multiplied by 30. They all have to total up 90. So the first 3 have to total up 90 to get an average of 30. So there was a take away 30, take away 24, and we get 90 minus 54 is 36. We now know that X is 36. Okay? Now, using mid-interval values, calculate the shopping time in the store. That's going to be 5, 15, 25, 35, 45, 55, and 65. We now multiply them all out to get the total number of we're going to find the total shopping time first. Okay, so the mean is the total shopping time divided by the number of shoppers. Do we know the number of shoppers from the question? No. Okay, so here's what we're doing, guys. We're multiplying these out. we're going to get 150. 15 times 36, anybody? 15 times 36? 540. 25 times 24? 600. Sorry, 540 plus 600. Next one. 30 by 35 is 1000 and the one after that. 1800. So 1800. After that. 1100. And after that. And 650. Okay, so 650 as well. Okay, so the 650 as well. Okay, now what happens is we add all these together, and what's the total number of shoppers? Add all the bottom ones together. We get 30 plus 36 plus 24 plus 30 plus 40 plus 20 plus 10. What do we get for that? 190. Okay, now what is the top all added together? Can anybody tell me? 5,000? 890. Divide this by 190 and what do we get? 31. The average is 31 minutes per shop. Okay. What is the least number of shoppers who completed their shopping within 35 minutes? So within 35 minutes, okay, what we're looking at is the least number. Okay. We can assume, if we want the smallest number possible, see all the people from 30 to 40, let's assume they're all above 35, okay? This means that only the 30, the 36 and the 24 are definitely below 35. So when we add them together, what do we get? All three together? 66 plus 24 is 90 people. Okay? So 90 people. How many people got 90 people in that as that answer? Okay, so good few is okay. Now, which class interval does the median lie? Shh, excuse me. The median, there's 90 people in total. Oh, sorry, there's not 90 people in total, there's 190 in total. Okay? So there's 190 in total. And you divide by 2. And you get the 85th person, you get 85. And because it's an even number, it has to be the 85th and 86th is the median people. Now what we do is we count up until we encounter 85 and 86. Oh sorry, it's 95 and 96, excuse me. 95 and 96. So we're going to count up. Alright, next one is 95 and 96. We got to count up. So 30 plus 36 is 66. 66 plus 24 is 90. So the numbers above 90, from 90 to 120 is located in 30 to 40. This means that the median is 30 to 40. What's the modal class? The modal class is the most common, and it's 40 to 50. Part 6. Comment on the mean, mode, and median values you found. Did any of them? Do you think any of the three averages is better or worse than yours situation? Explain your reason. My opinion, I think all three answers are actually pretty good. So the answer of what do we get as our average again? Can anybody tell me?
31.
What? 31. Now, you notice that there's no extreme values, is there? There's nobody who spent an abnormal amount of time in the shop, like let's say 120, 150 minutes. And we can see that all the intervals are pretty close in value, bar the last two. So the first 5 intervals are the same, okay? So what you could say is that there isn't that many outliers, okay? But you could say that the mean is slightly brought up by the presence of people spending over 50 minutes there. So it's a very, like, they just want you to make 2 or 3 points. You say there's no outliers. This means the mean is relatively unaffected. The modes and the mean are reasonably close in value. So you can take any of the 3 results. None of them should be particularly distorted. Okay? Because there's no extreme results in there. There's a very even number of people in each section, all the way up to the last 2 sections. So it should be alright. Okay? Now, describe 2 difficulties the store may have encountered when carrying out the survey. What time of day they decided to do it at. So, how would that affect results, lads? If they did it during the day at, let's say, 9 to 11 a.m. or even midday, 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. What's the problem there? People are in skill, and the people who are shopping might be retired people or people who aren't working, therefore might spend a longer time in the shops because they haven't got much else to do. Okay? The other thing is they would also want to do it on maybe a Saturday would be ideal. Okay? And the other thing, like if they're doing this survey and there's something like an electric picnic on that weekend, that's going to distort your results because there isn't going to be as many shoppers. So you got to take that into consideration. So basically any 2 valid points will get you marks there. Okay.